LSU could possibly upset 2 top 10 opponents in consecutive games if the Tigers can execute in these 3 areas. The battle for the SEC West will come down to a few things. Protection is production, early Tiger gets the worm, and communication is key. For protection is production, it's simple. When Jaden Daniels has an offensive line protect him and secure that pocket, he's able to read and react a whole lot smoother. Jaden Daniels has the ability to take the ball down the field 60 yards for a touchdown 3 different times on his legs while giving you 350-plus yards on his arm. He's incredibly accurate, and he's incredibly skilled in ways that we've never seen an LSU quarterback be skilled. He's already broken the single-season rushing yard record as well as the single-season rushing touchdown record for a quarterback. He's going to hold those LSU records for a long time, I believe. So I think that we're going to have to capitalize off of what Jaden does best and try to make sure that his reads are a little bit easier and Will Anderson Jr. is not going to be breathing down his neck all night. Alabama's defensive unit brings a lot more pressure to the table than most teams that we've faced. They haven't faced a group that's going to be playing smash mouth, in-your-face football all night like they will when they play Alabama. So I think that offensive line is going to have to stand up to the test, and if they do, LSU will be in good shape. For the early Tiger gets the worm, it's simple. LSU's defense needs to show up quickly. They can't go down a couple scores and expect to be able to climb back like they were able to against Florida, Auburn, and even Ole Miss. It's more than likely going to be similar to the Tennessee game where it's going to snowball and it's just going to get mounted up quickly. If Alabama gets going, the Tigers' defense has to step up.
I repeat, you cannot wait until halftime.
When Matt House has those adjustments, the Tigers have been a tremendous second-half team, but if they get a good foundation built under them in the first half, that second-half comeback can be even stronger and might even help put Alabama away. I think that this first-half performance needs to be fierce, needs to be aggressive, and they need to put pressure on Bryce Young. They need to keep the crowd in the game. They need to keep the team ready, keep that momentum hot, and let's see if we can get another upset. And lastly, communication is key. We've seen several mistakes by LSU just off of simple communication mistakes. And look, this team's young, this team's new, and there's a lot of things left to learn. You got guys playing different positions that they've never played before. And that can be the reason why we've seen several mistakes in the secondary, and we're seeing guys get burnt deep sometimes, even, special teams mistakes where we've had fumbles and different mishaps. I believe, though, if everyone can just slow things down, clearly convey the message, and get everyone on the same page, LSU is going to look very dangerous going forward. These guys look to be settled in, and they're getting in their roles, and everyone's understanding the schemes and how they can contribute to a win. They've also got a lot of key wins under them since we've had those rough moments. They handled a lot of tough schemes this season that proved to me LSU is in a position to succeed Saturday. I think LSU can handle the adversity if they're able to capitalize in these areas. A big boost to LSU in the communication side of things will be the fact that Major Burns is going to be cleared, and he should make his return. If Major Burns is able to come back, that'll be an incredible boost in the communication sense, as I call him the mouthpiece of the DB group. Major Burns is letting everyone on the field know what to do, and if you got questions, that's who you point to. I know playing Bryce Young might be too tall of a task to climb for the Tigers. I even spoke with Brian Kelly about what they've learned against mobile quarterbacks and how they're going to apply it to Bryce Young. Have a listen.
Coach, right here. You've had success guarding mobile quarterbacks such as Anthony Richardson and Jackson Dart. How important is that now that you face a quarterback like Bryce Young?
Yeah, I mean, they've all been so difficult to defend, and this will be the most difficult. And I think what's most difficult with him is improvising, his ability to improvise. And as he improvises, he's making plays. Like, he's getting the ball out to skilled players. So an enormous, I think, challenge for our defense to contain him in some fashion. And maybe you even, have to look at, how do you slow him down a little bit, because he just is that good of a player.
LSU's looking good off of back-to-back SEC wins. They're right where they wanted to be during their bye week. They got a lot of things to celebrate, a lot of momentum under their belt. I think that LSU is going to be able to piece together a pretty good performance. If they can execute well in these 3 areas, I'd imagine that we'd see a lot similar performance like we did against Ole Miss. Bryce Young will be a thorn in the Tigers' side all night long. But if LSU is able to answer back on offense and keep the mistakes to a minimum, then they might have a decent shot at beating Alabama on Saturday. This has been the Verdin Verdict. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to give us a follow on social medias, linked in bio. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, share the video, give it a like. Thanks for watching.